In the crowded tenements of 1922 New York City, far from the fjords and forests of Norway, immigrants carried more than just luggage. They carried flavors, memories, and traditions. While American streets buzzed with hot dogs and deli sandwiches, inside small apartments tucked away in neighborhoods like Brooklyn and Manhattan, Norwegian families quietly recreated the dishes of their homeland. One of the most cherished recipes was lefse, a soft flatbread made from potatoes, flour, and butter. Though simple in appearance, it carried deep emotional weight. Women would gather in kitchens, rolling dough on worn wooden boards, using bottles or makeshift rolling pins to flatten it. Without traditional tools, they improvised, yet the taste remained unmistakably Norwegian. Often spread with butter and sugar, lefse became a comforting reminder of home. Another staple was raspeballer, dense potato dumplings that required patience and effort. In Norway, they were boiled in large pots over open fires. In New York, cramped kitchens forced adaptation. Still, families would spend hours grating potatoes by hand, mixing them with flour, and shaping them into heavy dumplings. Sometimes, bits of salted meat were hidden inside, creating a rich, hearty surprise. Fish played a vital role in Norwegian cuisine, and dishes like lutefisk continued to appear on dinner tables even if neighbors found the smell overwhelming. Made by soaking dried fish in a lye solution, lutefisk required careful preparation. Despite the challenges of sourcing ingredients, Norwegian immigrants found ways to import or substitute what they needed. Eating lutefisk wasn't just about flavor, it was about identity. Another beloved dish was klippfisk, dried and salted cod. In New York, access to fresh seafood was easier than in inland Norway, yet many still preferred the preserved version they grew up with. It was soaked, rehydrated, and cooked with simple ingredients, often served with potatoes. The taste brought back memories of coastal villages and long winters. Norwegian immigrants also held tightly to their love of porridge, especially rememert, a rich cream porridge. Made with sour cream, flour, and butter, it was considered a special occasion dish. Even in poverty, families would save ingredients to recreate it during holidays or gatherings, keeping traditions alive in a foreign land. Bread baking remained a cornerstone of Norwegian kitchens. Grovbrød, a dense whole grain bread, was baked whenever possible. Without access to traditional ovens, many relied on shared baking spaces or improvised methods. The smell of fresh bread filling a small apartment brought comfort during difficult times. Sweet treats were equally important. Crumb cake, delicate waffle cookies shaped into cones, were made using special irons. Though difficult to obtain in America, some families brought these irons with them, treating them as treasured heirlooms. The cookies were often filled with cream, making them a rare luxury. Another dessert, riskrem, a rice pudding mixed with whipped cream and sugar, became popular during festive occasions. It symbolized warmth and celebration, offering a sweet escape from the harsh realities of immigrant life. Despite financial struggles and cultural pressures to assimilate, Norwegian immigrants held on to their culinary traditions. Cooking these dishes was not just about nourishment, it was about preserving a piece of their identity. In secret, away from curious eyes, they recreated Norway in their kitchens, one meal at a time. These hidden meals told stories of resilience, adaptation, and love. Each dish was a connection to a homeland left behind, a quiet rebellion against forgetting who they were. And even today, echoes of those meals can still be found in Norwegian American communities across the United States. For Norwegian immigrants in 1920s New York City, food was more than sustenance, it was a link to memory, culture, and survival. While they worked long hours in factories, docks, and workshops, their evenings were often spent recreating the tastes of home in modest kitchens hidden behind brick walls. One such dish was frikkel, a simple yet deeply comforting lamb and cabbage stew. Traditionally cooked slowly over hours, it filled homes with a rich, earthy aroma. In New York, where lamb could be expensive, immigrants sometimes substituted cheaper cuts or even beef. Despite the changes, the essence of the dish remained intact. Another classic was fiskesoup, a creamy fish soup. Using whatever seafood they could find, local Norwegian cooks adapted their recipes, The soup often included milk or cream, potatoes, and herbs, creating a hearty and warming meal perfect for cold evenings. Flatbread varieties like flatbread were also common. These crisp, thin breads had a long shelf life, making them practical for families with limited resources. They were often eaten with butter, cheese, or cured meats, providing a simple yet satisfying meal. Cured meats played a significant role in Norwegian cuisine, and dishes like speakmat continued to be prepared. Though traditional curing methods were difficult to replicate in urban settings, immigrants found creative ways to preserve meat using salt and drying techniques. Another beloved dish was kjøttkaker, Norwegian-style meatballs. Unlike their Swedish counterparts, these were larger and often served with brown gravy, potatoes, and peas. They became a staple in many households, offering a taste of familiarity in an unfamiliar city. Cheese also held importance, particularly brunost, a caramelized whey cheese with a distinctive sweet flavor. While difficult to find in America at the time, some families managed to import it or create similar versions at home. Pancake-like dishes such as pancaker were commonly made for breakfast or dessert. Thinner than American pancakes, they were often served with sugar, jam, or rolled up with fillings. They provided a quick and comforting meal after long workdays. Seafood dishes like siled pickled herring remained essential, often eaten with bread or potatoes. Pickled herring was both affordable and nutritious. It also carried strong cultural significance, connecting immigrants to Norway's coastal traditions. Soups and stews dominated Norwegian cooking, and dishes like ertessopi pea soup were both economical and filling. Made with dried peas and bits of meat, it could feed large families with minimal cost. Despite the challenges of urban life, Norwegian immigrants remained committed to their culinary heritage. Cooking these dishes required effort, creativity, and determination. It was a way to maintain a sense of identity in a rapidly changing world. In the privacy of their homes, away from the pressures of assimilation, they kept their traditions alive. Each meal was a quiet act of remembrance, a way to honor their roots while building new lives in America. Life in 1920s New York was fast-paced and demanding, especially for immigrants trying to establish themselves. For Norwegians, the kitchen became a sanctuary, a place where time slowed down and traditions could be preserved. One of the most treasured dishes was pinnekjøtt, salted and dried lamb ribs. Traditionally steamed over birch sticks, it required careful preparation. In New York, without access to traditional materials, immigrants improvised using available tools, yet the dish retained its signature flavor. Another favorite was smalahove, a dish made from sheep's head. Though less common due to cultural differences in America, some families still prepared it during special occasions, preserving a unique aspect of their heritage. Potatoes were a cornerstone of Norwegian cuisine, and dishes like potetolfs and potato casseroles were frequently made. Affordable and versatile, potatoes became a staple for immigrant families struggling financially. Fish cakes, known as fiskekaker, were another popular dish. Made from minced fish mixed with flour and spices, they were pan-fried and served with potatoes or bread. They were both economical and delicious. Desserts such as multicrum, made with cloudberries and whipped cream, were harder to recreate due to limited access to ingredients. However, immigrants substituted local berries, maintaining the spirit of the dish. Bread and butter remained central to daily meals. Simple open-faced sandwiches, often topped with fish, cheese, or meat, were common. They were quick to prepare and provided necessary energy for long workdays. Holiday meals were especially important. During Christmas, Norwegian families went to great lengths to prepare traditional dishes, even if it meant saving money for months. These meals brought communities together, reinforcing cultural bonds. Coffee culture was also strong among Norwegians. Gathering around a table with coffee and baked goods provided a sense of normalcy and comfort. It was a time to share stories, memories, and laughter. Despite the hardships of immigrant life, Norwegian cuisine offered stability and familiarity. It was a reminder of where they came from and a source of strength as they built new lives. Through their cooking, Norwegian immigrants preserved a piece of their homeland. Their kitchens became bridges between two worlds, blending tradition with adaptation in a unique and meaningful way. Hidden behind the bustling streets of New York in the 1920s, Norwegian kitchens told stories of resilience and adaptation. Each dish prepared within those walls carried the weight of tradition and the hope of a better future. One such dish was blodpudding, a blood sausage made with grains and spices. Though uncommon in mainstream American cuisine, it remained an important part of Norwegian food culture. Another staple was leverpastei, a liver pita spread often eaten on bread. It was simple, nutritious, and easy to prepare, making it ideal for working-class families. Cabbage dishes were also common, including stuffed cabbage rolls and simple boiled cabbage served with butter. These dishes were affordable and widely available. Seafood continued to play a major role, with dishes like boiled cod and fish stews appearing regularly on dinner tables. Immigrants adapted recipes based on what was available in local markets. Baking remained a cherished activity, especially for women. Cakes, cookies, and breads were made for special occasions, providing moments of joy and celebration. Despite limited resources, Norwegian immigrants found ways to maintain their culinary traditions. They shared recipes, passed down techniques, and supported each other within their communities. Food became a form of cultural preservation, allowing immigrants to retain their identity while adapting to a new environment. Through their meals, they honored their past and created a sense of belonging in a foreign land. In the final reflection of Norwegian immigrant life in 1920s New York, food stands out as one of the most powerful symbols of identity and resilience. Meals were often simple but meaningful. A piece of bread, a bowl of soup, or a plate of fish could carry deep emotional significance. Cooking was often done in secrecy, not out of shame, but as a way to preserve authenticity away from outside influence. Families gathered around small tables, sharing meals and stories, keeping their culture alive through generations. Children grew up learning these recipes, ensuring that traditions would continue even as they became more Americanized. Food bridged the gap between old and new, offering comfort during times of uncertainty. Even today, many of these dishes are still enjoyed, a testament to the enduring legacy of Norwegian immigrants. Their kitchens may have been small, but the impact of their traditions was immense. Through food, they preserved their heritage, built communities, and created a lasting cultural footprint in America. These 27 dishes were more than meals, they were memories, survival, and identity, quietly kept alive when nobody was looking.